Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam dan bahagia. Hope everyone is fine, is okay, and you are all happy. Welcome aboard to this functional grammar class. And in this semester, you will be with me, of course, discussing what is meant by functional grammar. And for your information, this functional grammar is the last grammar class in your bachelor degree or bachelor journey. Now, let's check it out what's going on for our functional grammar class. Okay, why is it necessary to learn functional grammar? Um, this is a disruptive era, or what we call by ambiguous time. It is filled up by ambiguity, and also it is confusing time. And every system or aspects, I can say that it is already significantly changed, including also education. Perhaps before COVID-19 outbreaks um, occurred in Indonesia, nobody, yeah, not nobody, let's say, um, few people, they think about distant learning in which, we are still having our offline class. And again, in this disruptive era, it is change and from offline to the online one, including also in schools. And talking about the local context, yeah, of course, so many things happening also in our suburb or our remote areas. And let's see the third one, what is happening in our schools, in our especially in our remote areas. That is difficult, quite difficult. Let's say how teachers manage or arrange their teaching and learning, especially for when it is talking about the English language teaching materials, and if it is straight away teachers adopt or teachers download from various texts, I think that will be difficult, yeah. So teachers need to be able to be, let's say, I can say that an effective teachers, that you know teachers are the only persons or people that really understand the students' characteristics or your students' characteristics. And the first point that I would like also you to notice is that the significant change of information technology now. All right. Now, what what is functional grammar, or what is it? Um, I take the definition from Garrett and Wicknell, 1995, in which they said that functional grammar views language as a source for making meaning, and it focuses on text and their context. And the second one, it concerns not only with the structure, but also with how those structures construct meaning. Now, perhaps if you still remember, for example, when your teacher or your lecturer wrote the sentence or the clause like time flies like an arrow. Perhaps firstly you think that, okay, time, this one belong to noun, all right? And then flies, verb, and like an arrow, that is prepositional phrase. In this functional grammar, we talk more about meanings. Meanings, and meanings. Meanings is the most important part. And when let's have an example of time flies like an arrow, in which time, for example, in dysfunctional grammar, we categorize time as participant, actor, and then flies is a process, one of processes, material, we call it. And then like an arrow is circumstance or manner. Don't worry, everyone. Later on, we are talking about that kind of processes, participants, as well as circumstances, and even mistaken in transitivity. And I would like you to think about the, let's say, the distinction between traditional grammar and functional grammar. I take also this one from Garrett and Wicknell, 1995, saying that talking about traditional grammar, language is defined as a set of rules for sentence construction. And then language is something we know. It is different from functional grammar. It is defined that language is a resource for meaning making or something we do. So, in this grammar class or functional grammar, I can say that meaning comes first. It's about meaning, meaning, and meaning. I mentioned 3 times, so meanings will be the most important part of our functional grammar class. The next one. What is again functional grammar? This is the continuation that functional grammar, it describes the relationship between grammatical structures and meanings. Again, everyone, this is about structure and meanings. And then the second one, focusing on language resource. And when we are talking about language resource, later on I will show you also the diagram or something like pie chart. Language resource, it is categorized as 3, or it is, let's say, it is analyzed by 3 points or 3 aspects. The first one, what we call by subject matter or field, what about? And then the second one, analyzing interaction, who is communicating with whom. So, yeah, of course, this is like an example, between when you are talking to your friends, that will be different from when you are talking to your parents. It must be different, right? And then the third one, analyzing the ways messages are constructed, or what we call by, let's say, the mode, how to express the language, whether it is through spoken or written mode. Okay, let's see diagram. Why is language contextual? I think in this functional grammar, the point is that on the meanings, and meanings are influenced by the context in which they are made. So after, or I have been saying previously that, let's say, text, it is analyzed by the subject matter, what is being spoken or written about. And then the second one, who is involved? And how is it being conveyed? The medium instruction or the mode. And the last one is the purpose. What is the purposeful cultural activity? And in this functional grammar, I think you need to, let's say, listen to common words or common phrase saying that lexicogrammer. Lexico means lexicon, diction, and then the grammar is again the meanings in this case. Now, the assumption that or saying language is or four aspects of language. The first one is functional. Language function is to create meanings. And then the second one is the semantic or the meta functions aspect. And in this case, it is divided to three, or what we call by ideational meaning, interpersonal meaning, and textual meaning. Ideational meaning means, it's like the definition of vocabulary. For example, book, means buku, and then he, dia, laki-laki, and she, and so on and so forth. And the interpersonal one, this is the most important one. And I still remember at the time when my lecturer taught me or describes interpersonal meaning as the karap. So she's very funny anyway. So, for example, like the clause saying that I can sing, you know, it is different from can I sing, or I can say also, for example, I am a teacher. That will be different from I was a teacher. That is the interpersonal meaning. And the textual meaning means which you are going to emphasize on such clauses. And then the third one, contextual meaning. And contextual, here it is meant or influenced by the context of situation or the situation. And the fourth one is semiotic. Semiotic means language offers us different options or choices to create meaning. Hope everyone can understand me. That is why we learn, or the reasons why we learn our functional grammar class. Now, let's see what the syllabus or how it is going to be, and how it is conducted. I mean, this functional this is the syllabus, everyone. So you can see that we have our learning outcome and course description. For this learning outcome or capaian pembelajaran, so everyone or students are able to understand concept of modern grammar, or what we call by systemic functional linguistic, SFL, confidently. All right. And then the second one, to create spoken and written text accurately, fluently, and in acceptable manner. And the last one for this capaian pembelajaran, that is write text critically and collaboratively based on school context. That is for department learning outcome. And then for the course learning outcome, or this mata kuliah or this functional grammar, students are able to, at the end, you understand the linguistic concepts, and then critically evaluate English clauses or text. And the third one, you are creatively designing English text, both in spoken and also written ones, based on school context. And if you can see, everyone, for this course description, please read it with you yourself. I would like to emphasize that this course covers the concept of functional grammar, the context and text connection, genre, mood. Mood is clause as an exchange and transitivity, clause as representation, clause and clause complexes, And this is, I think, the most complex one, as well as theme and rhyme. Hope we are also reaching this topic because this is also important. And classroom activities in which students do niteni, niroke, nambai, and nularke are conducted collaboratively in the form of discussion and or group work or pair work. And technology is employed respectively when the teacher candidate, you yourself, confidently creates English language teaching text. And the evaluation is based on the classroom activities, home assignment, and competence tests. And about the required readings or the reference, I think, let's say the required books, there are two, Garrett and Wigner, and also Graham Locke. And both of these are, I think, quite old, yeah, 1995 and also 1996. And for these various texts revealed in textbooks, current newspapers, and magazines for you to analyze. Okay, the media we are having with our portal Sipedar, Google Classroom, Zoom, OBS, YouTube video, WhatsApp groups, and I'm planning also you to send your assignment or your task through Instagram. Okay, now if you can see, first meeting up to the third meeting, and the first meeting, of course, you need to understand what's going on for this subject, what it is about, and what will be the end of your class or the end of your subject, what will be the capaian pembelajaran for this course. And have a look, everyone. I already have, I think, in detail for every meeting. One, let's say now meeting one is about course description or course contract. We are talking about what's going on for this semester, and then for the next one, the second and the third meeting, that will be about nominalization. And okay, something that you need to note is that, for example, meeting 1 up to 3, I think I would like only to discuss, let's say, the discussion or beginning from nominalization, and the second meeting will be, I always try to or do my best for you, let's say, to send the teaching material before the class. So you need to understand first what it is going to be. And then for our synchronous class, I hope there will be questions and answers. And on the third meeting, let's say the last one, that will be the presentation. So I set every second meeting or the third meeting will be the result of your group discussion. So it's like 4 to 5, fourth to fifth meeting. So it is about the class as an exchange. We are talking about mood. And again, the fifth meeting will be your presentation, group work presentation regarding mood element, and also the rest, the same one, everyone. So week 6 and 7, we are discussing transitivity, non-relational, and then participants, processes, circumstance. You need to understand this. And midterm tests. And the 9th, the 10th meeting will be still again the continuation of transitivity, but in this one we are talking about relational processes or processes of being and having. And for the 11th and the 12th meeting, um, we begin to discuss clause and clause complexes. And I think it is also like the name, yeah, complex clause, complex and complexes. So I can say that this is about a bit rumit, but if you assist me or you give more time to read and to practice, to discuss with your friends, I think there is no something difficult. All right. The 13th and the 15th meeting, I set up for your group discussion or group project, let's say, yeah, group project based task, in which I'm asking you to create various texts for SD, SMP, SMA, and also SMK, and it is by technology. So, well, it is up to you whether you would like to create your text through any application, or perhaps you are interested, for example, in TikTok, so you can do it, or you can design such for your later on for your students. And talking about the assessment, if you can see, virtual attendance and participation, I really please invite you to have a positive engagement for our teaching and learning, though it is only 10%. And the next one is assignments, midterm test, and final exam will be the same one. So totally that will be 100. Okay, and the next about what kind of tasks or activities that you are going to have for your collaboration among friends. So I am strongly suggesting you everyone to have your group work. Let's say 3 or maximum 4 in doing our project based. So I put this one is from the first task project based, and then the second one, the third, and up to, if not mistaken, to task 6. So you are going to have 6 tasks all together, and it is done in groups, don't worry. And when it is possible, and I think it is also possible, you need to togetherly engage or use technology or information technology for your task, your assignment. All right. Uh, that is about our subject. And every meeting, I am really sorry that I couldn't still set up our sipadar, since it is still in process of being setting up. Then later on, when we are having our sipadar, so our discussion will be there. Everything, discussion and also tugas, all assignments. But then in every meeting or every, let's say, subtopic, excuse me, every subtopic, so it is meant that um, you ask yourself, what do I learn today? Or today, for example, what do I learn from the first meeting? And of course, you can elaborate, your reflection. You can write down, and of course, it is in English. On our or on my YouTube channel, sorry, On my YouTube channel, you reflect yourself, and then the template will be, for example, I write down my name here, Yuyun Yulia, and then this is my student number, okay? And functional grammar class, which class you belong to. For example, you just write down A, B, or C, and then you give your reflection. Reflection means like conclusion or feedback, what you can understand from our meeting. It is not only from me. You also can learn from your peers or your friends, from your classmates. All right. And I am so happy if, for example, when you write down the reflection or the conclusion, you give also the examples. I'm very happy for that. Okay. Or perhaps if you are still in doubt, you can also write down what you do not understand. You elaborate it. Okay. Feel free to elaborate. And again, all will be written down on my YouTube channel for this first meeting. And for the next one, I think we are doing from our Sipadar and sometimes also in our Instagram. Okay, I think don't forget everyone, after you listen to this recording, please you write down what your reflection is, all right? And it is followed by a example, and this is the template. And I am looking forward to reading and giving also my response to your reflection. Okay, please do it. And I think do not waste your time lah. If you have time, so straight away you write down what your conclusion or the reflection is. Well, the last one for this COVID-19, please everyone, don't forget always to wash your hands and what is coughing ethic also, and wear mask, don't forget, and avoid human contacts, and stay away from any crowds, and physical distancing, of course. So if you are healthy, and I think you can still do your kuliah and then your other activities, you can help also your parents. So everyone, I strongly suggest you to stay healthy, stay clean, and of course don't forget always to be happy. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam. Thank you, everyone.